High school baseball is back on Beaver Media and on the Delco Preps channel. Tonight from Veterans Field in Royerton, Indiana, it's the Daleville Broncos taking on the Delta Eagles. Good evening and hi again, everyone. Brian Beaver along with you again tonight as we lift the lid on our 2018 baseball broadcast season. As most of you know, the weather has, in a word, stunk. For about 3 weeks in Indiana, baseball teams have struggled just to practice outdoors, let alone play games. But we have our first really nice baseball-friendly day of the spring. Partly cloudy, plenty of sunshine, no threat of any rain, 75 or so on the thermometer, and the only factor today from Mother Nature will be the wind. It is howling out here today. It'll blow straight out of the park, which is from the southwest toward the northeast at well over 30 miles an hour when it gusts. It's 20 plus sustained right now as an ex-TV weatherman. I'll tell you, it's 20 plus easy with 30 to 35 when it really kicks up. So the pitchers today are going to have a little bit of a challenge keeping the ball in the ballpark. Daleville comes in at 2-1. They won their first two games and then dropped a game Tuesday at Yorktown. Terry Turner in his third year running the Daleville program, state champs 2 years ago in 1A, sectional champ a year ago, and another pretty good team. Heavy graduation losses. Their entire middle core checked out with a diploma in 2017, but they've moved a few guys around, have some new youngsters who are pretty talented, and they should be pretty formidable as they move through their 2018 season. Seth Paul's Delta Eagles are 2-3. They won their first two games as well. They've dropped 3 in a row. They lost a conference doubleheader to Mount Vernon, and then on Tuesday here at home got beat by Westdell. So the Eagles are looking to break a 3-game losing streak in this one tonight. Going to be a little bit of a youth night here for Daleville. They're going to start a freshman on the mound tonight, Caden Gothrop. He's a left-hander, and people will get their first look at him in 2018 in earnest as he gets the ball for the Broncos, who right now are going through their infield out on this beautiful diamond. This was rebuilt 2 years ago, and if you haven't been out here to see a game, you should. They've got plenty of fan-friendly seating, net to look through instead of chain link fence, and it's a great place to play and watch a game if you're out here and nothing better to do on a Thursday afternoon. As I said, we get our first really good weather day of the year, and they're going to take advantage of it. We'll have plenty of baseball for you as the spring goes on. Probably a game a week, if not more, and with teams literally scheduling games like ordering pizza sometimes, they may be on short notice. So if you don't follow me on Twitter yet, you'll want to do that because that's where I'll update you through the season. My Twitter handle is at Delco Preps, as you might guess, being on the Delco Preps channel. But this ought to be a lot of fun. It's a very even year around Delaware County. A lot of really good teams that are evenly matched, and it's going to be fun to see who wins the county tournament in May and how many of them can add a sectional crown to their trophy case on Memorial Day. Going to be a lot of fun as we go along. We'll take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk more about this matchup after this time out on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Don't go away.
Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Ah, let me see here. English, good. Chemistry. Hey, honey, is this your course schedule for the fall?
Yep.
Ah, let me see here. English, good. Chemistry, trigonometry, excellent. World history. Oh, I love world history. Baseball? Wait, baseball? Baseball isn't a course, honey.
Well, sure it is, Mom. High school sports are about so much more than winning and losing. They teach lessons that can't be taught in a classroom, like accountability and self-discipline, the value of teamwork. I may not be earning a grade, but I'm learning how to compete later in life. Isn't that what getting a good education is all about?
Yes, of course it is. I was just testing you.
What can teenagers here in Indiana learn from participating in high school sports? Plenty, as it turns out. That's why they're called education-based athletics.
High school sports. There's so much more than just a game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Meet Josh.
Hi, everybody.
Josh is a high school basketball player, solid shooter, great teammate.
Hey, don't forget my tenacious D.
And he's my son.
Oh,
So, what does Josh do to be the best basketball player he can be?
I play tennis.
Studies show that student athletes here in Indiana who play more than one high school sport are more likely to excel. Tennis does more than improve Josh's conditioning. It gives him a fresh competitive outlet, reduces the risk of injury by cross-training, and introduces him to different coaching techniques and new friends.
Don't get me wrong, hoops are my first love. Tennis just gives me a little break.
So when the new season begins, Josh isn't burned out on basketball. He's eager to play, and you can see the difference in his game.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Question. When you walk into the boardrooms of the most successful companies here in Indiana, who do you meet? When you're working for a mover and shaker with strong ties to our community, who are they? When you encounter a group of people eager to roll up their sleeves, who are you most likely to work with? Answer. Men and women who played high school sports. Education-based high school sports give us more than athletes we can root for. They give us leaders we can depend on. Taking the initiative, being a good teammate, sacrificing personal glory for the greater good. These are qualities we expect of our leaders, and they're all being cultivated in the high schools right here in Indiana. Question. So where will we find tomorrow's leaders? Answer. High school sports.
This message presented by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the Indiana Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association. A wintry Friday night. A packed gymnasium in a tight-knit community. A shot taken. History made. A state of delirium? No. The state of Indiana. High school sports. Pure spirit. Pure sport. Pure Indiana. This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Veterans Field. We're a few minutes shy of the start of this one tonight on a beautiful sunny afternoon. Thanks for joining us for some high school baseball. This is about what you order. Maybe a little less wind if you're mail ordering your perfect baseball day, but otherwise, man, after what we've been through in the last 3 weeks, you'll take this every day the rest of the season if you have to settle for 75. We'll pause now for our Star Spangled Banner. Teams will go back to their dugouts, and we're about set to go. Batting order tonight for the Daleville Broncos, the visiting team. Max Stecker will lead off and play right field. Peyton Smith, the third baseman, will bat in the 2-hole. Josh Price will hit third and play short. Ryan Hale will bat cleanup and be the center fielder. Ethan Pittsford will catch and bat fifth. In the 6-hole, Evan Etchison, he will play first base tonight. Batting seventh and pitching, Caden Gothrop. The number 8 hitter is the DH, Jared Waldermeyer, who will bat for the second baseman, Blaine Ty. And in the 9-hole, the left fielder, Grant Bowles. They'll be trying to get their knocks off right-hander Ryan Fox. Slender right-hander in the middle of his warm-up tosses right now. And we're just about set to go here in Royerton. Defensively for Delta, they'll have Case in left, Weber in center, Gilland in right. On the infield, it's Gardner at third, Hines at short, Curtis at second. Edwards will be the first baseman. Levers, the catcher. Cameron wearing the tools of ignorance today. And on the mound, Ryan Fox finishing up his warm-up tosses. Rundowns will be an adventure today. You've got 2 teams in white uniforms. That could be an adventure. Seth Paul, the Delta head coach, checking in, looking dapper in the blue pinstripes. Delta with the white uniforms, blue pinstripes, blue lettering, gold trim. Daleville wearing their whites, their old Houston Astro look jerseys today with the horizontal black and Vegas gold stripes. They look like they stepped out of Sports Illustrated in 1986. But it works for them, and they won the state championship in those very jerseys 2 years ago. We're about set to go. Stepping in to lead things off for the Broncos is their right fielder, Max Stecker, one of the young Broncos. As we get set to open this one, and away we go as Ryan Fox winds and fires, and he leaves it high for ball 1. Defensively, straight away and pretty deep in center and right with the wind blowing straight out towards center field. Fox ready. Here comes the 1-0. Swing, a foul tip, and the count is 1-1. Stecker, Smith, and Price, attorneys at law, in the top of the first for Daleville. Fox ready. Here comes his next one. Swing and a miss. He's ahead of Stecker, 1-2. Good crowd filtering in. I'd go to a garage sale just to get out of this weather today. Here's the next pitch. It's just low, and it's 2-2. And I don't like garage sales, but I'll take any excuse to get out in this after the weather we've had. 2-2 pitch on the way. Here it comes. Ground ball sharply toward third. 2-hop pickup from Gardner. Throws across in the dirt. Beautiful dig down there by Edwards. And that's one away.
Up to bat, number 14, Peyton Smith.
Peyton Smith will stand in, also a right-handed batter. Playing third base today for Terry Turner, who coaches down at third. Here's the windup and the pitch. It's outside and in the dirt, ball 1. Great having you along wherever you're listening today, whether it's down the road or around the country somewhere. It's nice having you along for the ride. Here's the next pitch. Fouled back out over the net into the stands. And it's 1-1. Delta was county tournament champion a year ago, so they have hardware in their sights again. Here's the wine and the deal. Hammered foul down the left field line. Pulled well out of the park by Smith, and the count runs to 1-2. Peyton's an excellent hitter. Does a little of everything. Plays third, pitches. You got to have versatile guys in high school baseball. Here comes the next one from Fox. He leaves it at about 58 feet, and the count goes to 2-2. Stecker grounded to third to open the game. Smith trying to get a runner for the Broncos in the early going. There's a pitch right over me in the dirt, and the count's full. Three balls, two strikes. Fox still in the line, has his sign, has his delivery on the way. Hit him with it. Smith will take his base. That'll bring in Josh Price.
Up to bat, number 3, Josh Price.
Price with 1 home run on the season. He's the younger brother of former Bronco shortstop TJ Price. Josh played a lot of first base last year. He's going to play a lot of short this year. So the Broncos have the first runner of the day, and Smith has a short lead, and there's a swing and a miss at a slider. Broncos scored a lot of runs in each of the last 2 years. They're a very good offensive team. Big lead now by Smith. Is he going? No, he's bluffing, and there's a curveball low and in. The count is 1-1. One of the toughest parts about doing a game here is the sun on the scoreboard. It makes it a little tough to read. Here's the pitch. Ground ball foul up the third baseline, off the net. And Fox is ahead 1-2. The erstwhile Heidi Zickraft down the street from me here, working on her tan. Fox from the stretch takes a look over at Smith. Here's the pitch home. Breaking ball on the inside corner. That's a called strike 3 and 2 away. First strikeout of the day by Fox.
Up to bat, number 5, Ryan Hale.
And with 2 down, Bronco cleanup hitter Ryan Hale will come to the plate. Big, strong, right-handed hitter, rebounding machine in basketball. Smith still stranded at first. There's a swing and a miss at an off-speed pitch on the outer edge, 0-1. Fox trying to work out of it without damage here in the top of the first. Man at first. Smith still standing there, and here's a low inside breaking ball to even the count, 1-1. Stecker grounded out. Smith was hit by a pitch. Price struck out looking. Hale trying to move Smith and maybe himself if he can get a ball up in this jet stream. Here's the pitch. It's in the dirt. Good take. Smith stays put. Nice job blocking that one by Levers. And the count is 2-1. Ethan Pittsford getting loose in the on-deck circle here in the early going. Fox again from the stretch. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss through a fastball by Hale. 2-2. Deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down. Smith with a good lead, but still not going anywhere at first. This one is low and in. Good take again by Hale, and the count is full. The second full count here in the top of the first for Fox as he tries to shut off Daleville. Here's the pitch. Runner going, and it's taken high and inside for ball 4.
Up to bat, number 18, Ethan Pittsford.
Ethan Pittsford will step in. A little bit of everything in the first inning for Fox. He's hit a batter. He's walked a batter. He has struck out a batter. And now 2 on with 2 down. And the 5-hole hitter, Ethan Pittsford, the Daleville catcher in there. Right-handed hitter. He swings and misses at the first one. Good aggressive cut. Broncos have Smith at second. They've got Hale at first on a windy, sunny day. Here's the pitch. Check swing, went far enough, says the home plate umpire, and it's 0-2. Always loved hitting with 2 outs because the guys are going on contact. Here comes the pitch. Breaking ball in the dirt. Nice block by Levers again. Second one of those already. It's 1-2. I say it every year. A good catcher will save you 20 runs a year and 20 bases easy by snuffing those out. Here's the pitch. Sharp ground ball toward the hole. Stopped by the shortstop. It won't go into the left field area. So a nice play by Hines to save the tie by gobbling up an infield hit in the hole.
Up the bat, number 7, Evan Etcherson.
That'll load the bags. Evan Etcherson will be the batter. We've got a courtesy runner for the catcher, Pittsford, down there at first base. Going to be Jimmy Bowen. Etchison, the first baseman, right-hand hitter. Teammates at every station with 2 down here in the top of the first. Fox will stay in the stretch, and the first one comes home, low and away, ball 1. Anything hit with authority in the air today will be trouble, and time called now by Seth Paul, the Delta head coach, and he'll convene a meeting of his infield and his battery with a 1-0 count to Etchison. Been a long first inning in terms of pitches and time. Stecker opened with a ground out to third. Smith got hit by a pitch. Price struck out looking. Hale walked. Pittsford stroked that infield single to the deep 5 hole. And the bags are juiced. Meeting over. Everybody back where they belong. And Fox again will stay on the rubber. He works the left side of the rubber. He's got his sign. Here comes the pitch. On the outside corner, nice spot. It's a strike. And it evens the count 1-1. Smith at third. Hale at second. Bowen at first. Nice curve ball, but it's just high and tight. Good take by Etchison to count 2-1. Base hit here would probably get you 2 with 2 away. Long pause. Fox brings it home. Ground ball toward the left side. It's knocked down by the third baseman. He'll throw from his knees. Can't get him. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. That's going to be an infield hit and a 2-0 Daleville lead. 2 RBIs for Etchison.
Number 17, Caden Gothrop.
Bowen ends up all the way over at third. Etchison will be at first. First left-handed hitter of the day for Daleville, and that's Gothrop, and he looks at a strike on the outer edge. Caden is the Daleville pitcher today. Let's see if he can help his cause with men on the corners and 2 down. Gothrop in there, crowds the plate, right up on top of that inside line. They'll hold the runner at first. Here's the pitch home, and it's outside. Count evens 1-1. Gothrop waggles the bat, hands high, hits this one in the air. It's troubled on the left field line. It's going to be in no man's land for a hit, and another Daleville run comes home to score. Jimmy Bowen comes home, and it's 3-0 Broncos.
Up the bat, number 12, Jared Walkman.
That'll bring in Jared Waldermeyer with men at first and second, and he's taking, and it's a strike. A nice fastball on the outer edge. 8th batter of the inning for Daleville. They've scored 3 times. 3 hits, a walk, a hit batsman. Sharp ground ball over to the Daleville dugout. Watch me clear the bench like Bugs Bunny. Quickly 0-2. That is not the way to make friends. Here comes the pitch. Little tapper foul. Good start for the Broncos. They come in as the number 3 ranked team in 1A baseball. Wapahani across the county, number 1 in 2A. Here's a pitch outside in the dirt. 1-2. Lots of good players this year. Lots of even talent levels. County tournament in a month is going to be a blast. Sharp ground ball. Hits the third base bag and goes down the line. Fair ball. It's a hit. Here comes a man trying to score. Throw's going to go to third. Everyone is going to be safe. That's a double for Jared Watermeyer and a 4-0 lead for Daleville.
Up to bat, number 20, Grant Bowles.
Broncos have batted around here in their half of the first inning. 9-hole hitter is Grant Bowles, the Daleville left fielder. Men at second and third. He fouls it right back in the net. You heard the crowd mic take it. Fox ready. Here's the 0-1 delivery. Tries the hook, misses inside. Count 1-1. Fox really racking up a lot of pitches here in the first, and with the pitch count rule in its second year, you know its impact on the game. Ground ball towards short, fielded in the hole. Long throw across is not going to be in time. 1 run gets home. 2 runs get home on the infield single by Bowles.
Up bat, number 10, Max Stetcher.
Daleville having an inning here. Max Stecker will bat for the second time here in the inning. 6 runs already in. And he takes low and away, ball 1. Well, it didn't take long to ruin my scorebook today. Man at first, 2 down. Stecker grounded out his first time. This one's fouled back over the net onto the football concourse. 1 ball, 1 strike. This inning started innocently enough. Stecker grounded to third, but since then it's been open waterfall time. Pitch inside, good take by Stecker. It's 2-1. Grant Bowles, the base runner down at first base with 2 down here in the top of the first inning. Daleville out to a 6-0 lead. That's a nice pad to give a freshman starting pitcher when you send him out there for the first time just a few minutes from now. Next pitch home is over the plate but way up, and it's 3-1. This half inning has taken 20 minutes to play already. Daleville with a man at first and 2 down. Batter squares. Stecker takes ball 4, and 2 men are on for the Broncos. Another meeting on the mound, and that is going to require a pitching change. And we'll be back to tell you more about it after this on Beaver Media. Don't go away.
50-50 ball. An elbow to the ribs. A sudden flash of tempers. Anything can happen in the heat of the moment. The Indiana High School Athletic Association reminds you that when cooler heads prevail, everybody wins. When the game heats up, will you keep your cool? This message brought to you by the Indiana High School Athletic Association and the high schools in your community.
Welcome back to Veterans Field in Royerton. A rough top of the first inning for the Eagles. Their starter, Ryan Fox, chased after 2/3 of an inning of work. He'll leave trailing 6-0, and he's responsible for the 2 base runners standing out at first and second for Daleville. Broncos have sent 10 men to the plate here to open the day, and they'll make it 11 with Peyton Smith due in. Smith was hit by a pitch, came around to score the first run of the game. So Bowles is at second. Stecker is at first. And the top of the first inning reaches 23 minutes and counting. From the stretch, Cade Beckley, the relief pitcher, starts it high and tight, sends Smith down to his can, dusted him off, ball 1. And a little talk between Levers, the catcher, and Smith, the batter, and the home plate umpire is going to step between them now and say, hey, we don't need any of that. Just play. Peyton Smith, guys on the team call him Pete. His coach calls him Pete. Here's the pitch. Grounded over toward the third base dugout. 1-1. We've got a long way to go in this one. I will not begin to tell you that we've settled anything yet. Seen too many strange things happen to tell you Delta can't come back and win this game trailing by a half dozen early. Not with this wind blowing out. Here comes the pitch. Runners stay put. Now the pitch gets by the catcher. Both runners are going to move up 90 feet.
They were trying to give me suggestions, like, we need to get pretzels and this. I go, nope, we got it. This is good. Yeah, I know.
2-1 count now to Smith with men at second and third. Already up 6-0. Here's the pitch to him. Sharply grounded over to the third base dugout again off the protective net. His teammates say, hey, different area code.
I like to keep it very simple. I love it. It's not hard.
2 balls and 2 strikes. 6-0 game. Broncos out in front here in a big top of the first. Beckley's pitch is in the dirt outside. It gets away from Levers. Here comes the runner home. He's going to score without a throw. And it's 7-0, and no one covers the plate. And here comes the next man home. He's out. 2 unassisted, and that'll end the inning. Wow. How do you like them apples? We'll uncover all that for you when we come back. The upshot is, after half an inning, it's Daleville 7, Delta nothing on Beaver Media and the Delco Preps channel. Stay there.
Everybody loves a good sports movie.
I've seen Rudy 10 times.
I love Hoosiers. If there were a sports movie about steroids, it might be called The Myth, the Truth, and the Consequences. The myth is that steroids are good for your game. The truth is they're bad for you and the sport you play. And the long-term consequences on your health are downright ugly.
That's one movie I think I'll skip.
High school sports. Pure spirit, pure sport. This message brought to you by the IHSAA and the high schools in this community.
Welcome back to the ballpark. We head to the bottom of the first inning. 7-0, Daleville out in front of Delta. How did that inning come to an end? Well, let's recap it for you. Men were at second and third. A wild pitch got by Levers, the Delta catcher. Man from third scored easily. The two players at home plate kind of lost track of the next runner, and he took off and tried to score, and Stecker was tagged out with a great diving tag sprinting play by the catcher Levers for the final out of the inning. That was ball 3 to Smith, so he'll bat to lead off the second inning when we get there. But Daleville with a touchdown and a PAT, and they've got themselves a 7-run lead before their left-handed pitcher, Caden Gothrop, even tosses a warm-up pitch. So lots of work to do in the bottom of the first for Delta, trailing 7-zip. Here's the batting order today for Delta. Cam Levers will lead off. He's the catcher who made that sparkling play to end the top of the first. Michael Curtis, the second baseman, will hit in the 2-hole. Aiden Hines will bat third and play short. Chase Gardner, the cleanup man, is their third baseman. Batting fifth, the DH today, Stephen Wright. He'll hit for Ryan Fox, the starting pitcher. Tyler Gillen will hit behind him in the 6-hole and play right field. Dalen Case will bat seventh and play position 7 in left field. Brady Edwards batting 8th, the first baseman, and batting 9th, Cameron Weber, the center fielder. Gothrop is done with his warm-up tosses, and we're just about set for Delta to take a few hacks. Defensively for Daleville, Bowles in left, Hale in center, Stecker in right. On the infield, third to first, it's Smith, Price, Ty, and Etchison. Pittsford catching, Gothrop on the mound. Thin left-hander. Looks a little like Ron Guidry way back in his Yankee days. Here's the windup. First pitch is in the air. Back here behind the plate. There's room to make a play. Pittsford with good hustle to try to get there. Couldn't do it. Came up a step short, and that's strike 1. I can officially call it spring now because not only have we passed the solstice, I've got a ladybug on my pop cap. First one of the year. Gothrop taking his time. Here's the windup and the pitch. Ground ball toward third. Big hop. Smith has it. High throw across. Easy work for Etchison, though, and that's one down. That'll bring in Michael Curtis.
Up the bat for Eagles, number 7, Michael Curtis.
Left-handed hitter. Second baseman today for the Eagles. Here's the pitch to him. Takes high and tight. Ball 1.
I think that's how my brain is.
Long pause between pitches by Gothrop. He winds and fires. Fastball outside corner called strike. 1-1. Sign from Pittsford. The line in the fire. Fouled back into the net here behind the plate. 1-2. These are among the biggest nets I've ever seen in a high school park. They're about 30 feet tall, and they go halfway to the foul poles past the dugouts. Nice park. Here's the pitch. Called strike. Outer edge. 2 down. First K of the day for Caden Gothrop. And that brings in Aiden Hines,
Eagles, number 5,
the Delta
Hines.
shortstop. Gothrop making quick work here so far in the first. There's a breaking ball taken on the inner edge for a strike. Gothrop looks good here in the early going for a youngster. The windup and the pitch. Swing and a miss at a fastball on the outer edge. That was his best one of the day so far, and it's quickly 0-2. Seven in the first for Daleville. Nothing so far for Delta. Here's the wind and the pitch. Fastball just missed in, and it's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Hines. Chase Gardner would be next if they can get it that far. Here in the bottom half of inning number 1. Line drive down the left field line. It's a fair ball and a base hit. Could be extra bases. He's going to hit the brakes after a big turn, and it's a 2-out single for Aiden Hines. First knock of the day.
22, Chase Gardner.
For Delta, and it brings in the cleanup man, Chase Gardner. Nice piece of hitting by Hines, and you'd expect that out of your 3-hole guy. He's got a big lead at first. Right foot out past the cutout. The right-handed hitter. Gardner waiting on the pitch and the throw over to first instead to chase Hines back. Ground out, strikeout, single here in the first for the Eagles as they trail 7-0. Gothrop in the stretch for the first time. He'll bring it home. This one lifted high, playable to right field. The sun is murder out there, and it's going to go over his head, and it's going to go to the fence. Here comes a man around third. He's going to try to score. He will score. Delta is on the board. A 2-out double brings Hines home with the first run of the day, and it's a 7-1 game.
Number 44, Stephen Wright.
That one just continued to run away from the right fielder Stecker, who was looking into a blast furnace sun and the wind pushing it away from him. And that brings up Stephen Wright, the Eagle designated hitter, with a man at second and 2 away. Here's the pitch to him. Outside, ball 1. So now you see how the freshman reacts. Like a boxer seeing his own blood for the first time. He knows his opponent can tag him. What will he do now? Throws it right by him. Swing and a miss. That's what he did. Good response. 1 ball, 1 strike the count to Stephen Wright. Big number 44 on the back of his jersey, deep in the right-hand batter's box. Waiting on the next one. He takes down 2-1 the count. Gothrop has his sign, takes a look back at the runner, brings it home. Fastball, but low and away, and it's 3-1. Stecker, long pause, set at the shoulders, brings it home. Called strike, count, runs full. Gardner, the runner at second. He'll be going on contact with 2 away as Delta tries to chip away at that 7-1 lead. Hard hit ball, deep left field. That might get out of the yard. It's gone! 2-run shot by Stephen Wright. And Delta has 3 on the board. That was a no-doubter. He peeled it like a banana. And just that fast, 7-0 has become 7-3.
Up to bat for your Eagles, number 9, Tyler Gillen.
Consecutive hits. Hines a single, Gardner a double, Wright a home run. And that brings in Tyler Gillen, the Delta right fielder. Gothrop back to the line, and here's the pitch. Hard hit ball back through the box into center field. Another hit. This one a single by Gillen. 4th straight hit by the Eagles, and they've got a little
Up the
something
bat for
going
the
of their
Eagles,
own.
number
I told
17,
you,
Jalen Case.
way too many things can happen for anyone to check out of this one. It's too early to go to Pete's down the road. You better stick it out. 3-run first inning for Delta, responding to the 7 spot put up by Daleville. And here comes the pitch. It's a take on a fastball and a strike, a called strike to Dalen Case. Case, the 7th batter here in the Delta half of inning number 1. Gothrop trying to get out of this one. Checks the runner, brings it home. It's fouled back to the screen. Count is quickly 0-2. It was the 2-out single by Hines that started this rally. He was doubled home. Here comes the pitch. Fouled back into the net. It's a souvenir here for me. I won't get that one, though. Still 0-2. Hines, Gardner, Wright, and Gilland with consecutive hits. A double and a home run in there. Here's a pitch that's a called third strike, and the inning comes to an end. Case goes down for out number 3, but it's a pretty good bottom of the first for Delta. They get 3 runs back on 4 hits and leave a man. We're through an inning in Royerton. Haven't settled a thing. It's Daleville 7, Delta 3
After the first inning, the
on
Broncos
Beaver
lead
Media
Eagles 7-2.
and the Delco Preps channel.